Hey guys, it's your girl Becky, and I am back again. Anyways, I know I've been MIA for quite some time, but with the holidays coming up and then birthdays coming up, it was kind of hard to go ahead and start recording again. But anyways, this subject will be all about breastfeeding versus formula feeding. I know I have been kind of adamant about touching about this subject because me being a Latina, we're all about breastfeeding. To us, breastfeeding is the best in the world. But I'm from the US as well, which kind of sexualizes the breast a lot. So it's kind of hard to breastfeed out in public because people will just look at you and comment about it and all that stuff. But at the same time, being a first-time mom, you kind of want to figure out exactly what you want. And again, you can have a plan all you want, but ultimately, my bad, the baby will end up deciding for you what they actually want. Okay, before I even talk about breastfeeding and formula feeding, I will tell you guys my plan and how it was before my baby came. So my original plan was to go ahead and breastfeed until he was 1. And I even have a pump and everything. I became very prepared, and I wanted my son to breastfeed, and then he was going to have the bottle once I go back to work, but the bottle was going to be my breast milk. So I had everything under control. I bought the bottles, I read up on breastfeeding, I did all of this stuff, and my baby comes at 7.5 months, and the first day you're so tired. He was in the NICU, but I did manage to go and try to have him latch on, but he was so sleepy and he really didn't need the food, so we went back downstairs. And it ended up being that my son, I would have him latch on not correctly, and I kept pushing him away to latch him on correctly, and he would get so frustrated, and I tried my best, and he kept actually losing weight, and they didn't want to have him leave yet, so he had donor breast milk, which also is kind of like something that I needed to talk about in this video, but I will put it more to the side note. But I tried everything, and it ended up being me pumping into a bottle, and he drank the bottle like nothing. He ended up gaining his couple ounces that he lost. It was close to a pound. That's why we were freaking out. And so I decided, okay, we're gonna try at home anyways, breastfeeding. And I tried, and I tried, and I tried. I was getting so frustrated because I have tried so much, and my baby still wasn't latching on. But I pushed through, and I wanted him to have my breast milk. No matter what, I wanted him to have my breast milk. So I would pump, and I would pump, and I would pump, and that's how I would give him my breast milk. So, give and take, I ended up pumping for 6 months. I wanted him to have my breast milk. I was so focused on him having my nutrition. I ate what I consider healthy. I stopped drinking Coke, like completely, until I stopped pumping. And I would take my prenatals. I did all of the stuff that the doctors told me to do in order for him to have the nutrition, and he would get it through the bottle. But every time he would just not want to latch on. And I had to start working soon, so I did talk to my doctor, and I was telling her exactly what was going on. My doctor meaning his pediatrician. And she just said, there's some babies I just will not want breast milk. My son has such a high metabolism that it was just like water to him. He would eat, and he would just digest it so much, like so fast. So we decided to go through all variety of formulas. We tried Similac, and It didn't work out as I wanted it to. Then my pediatrician was so amazing. She kept giving me little sample boxes, and we ended up going to Enfamil. He can kind of tolerate Enfamil, so I decided, okay, now what type of Enfamil? We went through so many until we ended up going to the Enfamil Gentilese. So we try it. He loves it. He can sleep through the night, and we have no complications with it. The thing is, though, Gentilese is kind of in the pricey point for me, since it was just my husband providing and I wasn't working yet. So thank God for Gentilese, because if you sign up for them, in all other formula brands, but even up to this day, he's 9 months, and they sent me 2 coupons for $5 off. And yes, $5 off may not mean a lot to you, but when I go to Sam's to buy 2 for $50 and I give them the coupon, it's just, I'm okay with it. It just covers the taxes, and I don't care. It's my son's food. Ultimately, I need to feed him. But when I started feeding him formula in the beginning, I would get side glances from the Latino community, like, girl, what are you doing? No, tú le tienes que dar las tetas, el pecho, porque le estás dando fórmula. And I'm like, I tried. I honestly tried everything. He would actually be losing weight for me trying to have him latch onto my boob. I would have loved for him to latch onto my boob. I think he only did it a month's worth before he was just like, I'm done. I don't want this, Mom. I don't want it. Give me something else. And I did pump out for 6 months. So it's not like I just gave up completely. I would stay up past his feeding time for 20 minutes to one side, and then, well, I had the both, so I stuck them both, and I would do 20 minutes worth, and I would just continually keep on it. Like, right after he fed, I would go to the room, I would pump out. He always had my milk, okay? I am getting emotional right now because I really had this plan. I really wanted my son to end up having my milk so I can provide for him. But at the same time, though, I know what is best for my son. I've talked to my mom, my suegra, and the pediatrician, and we went through the whole ordeal of, okay, we're going to have to formula feed him. Okay, so I formula fed him, and he's doing great. He is now 9 months, and he's standing up. He really wants to start walking, which is something I'm not prepared for at all. But yeah, that's now, when we were at the hospital, there is a thing called donor milk. And my mom was like, no, I don't want you having it for your son. What if he likes that milk and not yours? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, donor milk. They have to choose the women that can actually do good. They go through extensive testing to make sure that their milk is good. And they also test the milk and everything, making sure that it's okay. They do whatever they do in the centers in order to send them to the hospitals. They go through so much process. And honestly, I feel like donor milk is better because either way, formula has so much stuff good for the baby. Congratulations. But donor milk and regular breast milk has everything and even more than formula. If baby gets sick, the saliva goes into your breast, and your breast milk ends up changing in order to fit and accommodate to the baby. Whereas breast milk, it doesn't do it at all. It's just what you get, what you pay for. So I decided to do breast milk, donor breast milk. And that's what my son had when he was in the NICU until he was able to grab some of my breast milk. Once I ended up pumping a lot of breast milk, he no longer needed donor milk. But the thing is, if it is your child, ultimately the baby is going to be with you. No matter what. Your mom is not going to move in with you, maybe, and take care of the kid, whip out her own boob to give to your child, okay? She's not going to be spending, hopefully, a crap load of money on different types of formula, because ultimately it is your child. You're the one that's raising your child with the help of your parents, which you gotta be grateful. But they've raised you. Now it's your turn to raise your child. Unless you are those type of mothers or fathers that really don't feel comfortable doing it by yourself. I give you props. I couldn't do it by myself in the beginning because, God, my baby, apart from being in the NICU, he also had like the stomach coming up, and not the stomach, what is it called? The gastritis? No, I don't remember, but it's just his acid that comes up. Acid reflux. Yeah. Anyways, he had acid reflux, and I luckily know friends that work at the hospital, so I would text them, or I would text one particular person, and I'm not going to say her name because I haven't asked her permission yet. And she would talk to the ladies upstairs, and then they would tell her to tell me exactly what needed to be done. If you have a preemie baby that has acid reflux, they suggest having a regular, just a book. Put it underneath their head, like their little mattress in the bassinet, and it kind of tilts it, not like all the way, like kind of like this, and it helps with the acid going down. Anyways, I ranted on. Anyways, I did a lot of donor milk because I just thought it was healthier. Honestly, nothing can ever be as good as your breast milk, but don't let the nurses pressure you into doing something that you're not comfortable with. If you don't want your child to be breastfed, just adamantly just be like, okay, how can I tell the nurses? You know what? Flat out tell the nurses. You don't care. They're not going to come to your house and they're going to stay with you until baby's 18 years old. No, they are there to help you until you are out. Okay? After that, I mean, some nurses are nice and they're going to be like, oh my God, how's it going? How's baby? All this stuff. But other than that, they will not be living with you. Before this rant ends up being like 3 hours long, ultimately, it's your decision to either breastfeed or bottle feed. I felt guilt-tripped into doing just breastfeeding with my son at the NICU until one nurse said, why are you doing it like that? Ultimately, this baby is going to go with you home. We're not. You got to do it the way you think is going to be great for you at home. Okay? Don't listen to us. Don't listen to us at all. So, yeah. Anyways, this is a very touchy subject for me because I am a big person that, like, I am pro breast. Like, I want all the kids to have breast milk, but at the same time, the child gets to decide. What if the kid doesn't want to just latch on? It's not your fault. You've tried everything. But the only reason why I'm making this video is because I had a couple of friends that felt pressured into trying to breastfeed when they, in fact, wanted to formula feed. There are old school nurses that want you to breastfeed. That is their thing, whatever. I agreed with them. But when I wanted to put my breast milk in the bottle, they ended up saying, no, you either breastfeed or nothing. Like, they made me feel like crap. Until this one nurse told me, you do what you gotta do to make sure your baby has food. Also, if you feel like formula feeding, go ahead and go to their main websites, Enfamil, Similac, Gerber. Sign up. They will mail you so many coupons, especially in the beginning. They will mail you a lot of coupons. And trust me, you are going to be very grateful about it. Because there's times that you may not have the money, the full money. And the coupons are there to save your life. Like, save your kid's life too. So, just sign up, you know? And alright guys, this is my whole rant about breastfeeding and formula. Hope you guys like it and enjoy it, and I kind of hope my story kind of helps all new moms kind of figure out what they want to do with their life and what they want to do with their child. Again, I cannot stress this enough. It is your decision. You're the one that's going to have to raise your child with your spouse, of course, if you have a spouse. If you're a single mother, I bow to you because I cannot do that, and I admire the women that do. But anyways, go ahead and click the like button and go ahead and subscribe. Tell your friends about me. I don't know. Just go ahead and spread the word. And I just sounded a gangster, and I'm not. I'm not. I listen to Bohemian Rhapsody and old school classic rock. Like, what is wrong with me? Yeah. Anyways, go ahead and click the like button, subscribe. Again, comment below what you want me to talk about next. And I kind of feel myself. My face is looking amazing. And the only reason why I did a close-up is because for the first time I actually put on lashes from the top. And they don't look half bad. Ah, parenting 101. Like, yeah, when you can do your makeup, means you had a good night's sleep, you want to look good, your baby is taking a nap. Just letting you know. Alright, bye guys.